Shalom, shalom, shalom. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I got stuff on my face. All right. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about first fruits, and we're going to be talking about the times that we're getting ready to come up on. So I want to talk to you a little bit about January 31st. We're having a blood lunar eclipse, and a lot of people have had dreams about a blood moon, and we haven't had one in a while, and now we're getting ready to have a lunar eclipse, so it's going to be a pretty big deal. And so you remember I did a video about January 31st, how this guy calculated the day, and he said that January 31st was actually Yahushua's birthday. And he did this article back in 1996. You can go Google and search it and type in Jesus' birthday, January 31st, and the article is going to come up. It's crazy. But anyways, so the man was talking about a lunar eclipse, about the time that Yahushua, around Yahushua's birth. So I made a video about it because it was a good find, and the article hadn't been updated or anything since 1996. So I started doing a little bit more research because of the dream that I had about the super blood moon that I seen in my dream. And how my son talked about there was a blood moon and we were given wings and we flew away. So it seems like it's all leading up until the 31st of January. So sometimes in Bible codes, like certain days happen in the Gentiles calendar, and sometimes it'll happen in the Hebrew calendar. And this year, the Chinese symbol for this year is the year of the Wu. The year of the Wu is the dog. Remember, Yahushua called the Gentiles dogs. He said, why should I cast the children's bread to the dogs? You know, he called the Gentiles dogs. So it's funny that this is the year of the Wu, which is the dog, okay, the Gentiles, okay. And so it was this girl, the Rapture puzzle piece lady. She said something that struck me, and it just sat with me until I figured it out. She said that the Lord told her that New Year's was the Gentiles' Feast of Trumpets. And so everybody was thinking New Year's was it. But nobody's talking about what I'm about to tell you. Barely anybody's talking about this at all. Nobody's saying anything. But it's really, really strange that on January 31st and next year in 2019, the same thing, on this same particular day, there's going to be a blood moon. And it's really strange. So anyways, we're going to be talking about today about Tu B'Shvat. And the reason why we're going to be talking about this today is because this guy who did this Bible code, he really can't speak great English, but he tries. He was actually, it caught my eye, the recommended video, and it said that the Messiah will return in Shavat 5778. So we know this is the year 5778 ever since October or whatever. The way that they do it over there in October is changes to another year. But there are 4 times that we celebrate the new year in the feast. And to be Shavat happens to happen on January 31st. January 31st also happens to be the New Year's for the trees. That's what it's called. Rosh Hashanah Latat, something like that. And it actually starts on New Year's for the trees. It's on January 31st. It's on the Sabbath day. And it's weird because a lot of people dreamed of a red moon on this day. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people dream of a red moon and a rapture happening. So let's try to break this down on January 31st. What are we guys expecting to happen on January 31st? I mean, not just me and my son, but many people have had dreams about a red moon, locust, a super moon, blood red, demons, and darkness. You understand? And there's a blood red lunar eclipse that falls on this Jewish holiday, Tu Shavat, in 2018 and in 2019. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this holiday, and they're making it seem like it's such a minor thing, and sometimes in Bible codes, even though in our calendar we're in the 10th month, I'm going to also break that down, but in the Gentile calendar, we're in the 11th month. Okay? Because the Gentiles are the one who is over in Jerusalem right now. It's not the actual people. So, it's actually, this holiday is going to fall on a Sabbath on Wednesday. So I would suggest that from the 29th, people should take off work. And the only reason why I say from the 29th, because we're going to get into that later in the video. But this Tu Shavat is also considered to be the festival of love. Matthew 7:19. Every tree that doesn't grow good fruit will be cut down. So, in the new year of the trees, what happens when the tree doesn't bear fruit? It's cut down. It's cut down, right? And so you think about, this is the time of the year when winter is ending and spring is beginning. And almond trees blossom all over Israel every winter. They are the first to blossom and yet the last to bear fruit. And Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 9 through 12 says, "Don't be afraid because of them, for I am with you to deliver you, says Yahuwah." Then Yahuwah put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahuwah said to me, "Behold, I have put my words in your mouth. Behold, this day I set you over the nations and over the kingdoms, to pluck and to break up and to break down and to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant." Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, "Jeremiah, what do you see?" I said, "I see a branch of an almond tree." And then Yahuwah said to me, "You have seen well, for I watch over you, for I watch over my word to perform it." So he's telling him that, yeah, you've seen well, and understand that I watch over my word to perform it. So we should expect something great and miraculous this day. Something's going to happen, and Yahuwah is going to show everybody that he is God and that there is no God above him. All right. And so the Hebrew word for almond is shaped, and it's also translated to watch. And by seeing the almond branch, Yahuwah assured Jeremiah that he's watching over his word to bring it to pass. And in no specific passage of time in context, Yahuwah have given Israel a warning. So I really think that this is a warning to the people, that the whole time everybody been talking about summer fruits. Steve Fletcher was saying something about the fields are white already. He almost had it, but he started talking about months away now. Now he's moved away. Everyone's falling away. They're thinking it's summer now. And if the Lord saying that, don't say there's 4 more months left to harvest, and the fields are and the harvest comes, because the fields are white already. Well, how are they white already? It's not because of the snow, Steve Fletcher 22:2. It's not because of that. It's actually because of the almond trees. The almond trees. The almond trees. So I'm about to break this down to you. This is why that we need to study and stay in the word all the time. Okay? And let the Holy Mother show you which way to go. All right? To be Shabbat is the time when most trees begin to bud in Israel. Letting them know the season has ended and a new one is beginning. So one season is ending and the next one is beginning, right? So this almond tree, they are the first tree to blossom, okay? And yet the last to bear fruit. He literally gave it to us right here in scripture. There's nobody else talking about this. Nobody. They might have the day, but they don't have the reasoning behind the day. And I'm giving you the reason, because he said that we were his first fruits. We're his first fruits. Okay? And so the almond tree is among the first trees to awaken from its winter sleep. out of all the harvest, he said that he would give us one last shaking, right? And if almond means shaped, you understand what I'm saying? And it's the almond tree is among the first of the trees to awaken from his winter sleep. He say in the last day that we will wake up from the dust, some to everlasting shame and some to everlasting life. Therefore we eat almonds. The blooming branch of an almond tree is breathtaking, beautiful. And Yahuwah decorated his menorah with oil cups in the shape of almond blossoms. The menorah itself is a symbol of the tree of life. And so we're going to talk about the menorah and how the almonds have a lot to do with the menorah. All right. So I told you we were going to learn something tonight. And the reason why I really believe that it's going to happen around this day, that Israel will exodus up out of here. We would disappear and go to the mountain. We would take the righteous people with us because, we're going to have servants and stuff in the mountain. You know what I'm saying? And so it's going to be some nations we take with us, But understand, children, that we're coming home. So we know that Aaron rod budded, flowered, and produced almonds overnight. You remember that? His staff, his rod that he had, it literally overnight grew branches, flowered, and budded, and had almonds hanging on it in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? That's how the Most High works. He could just basically take a people and he could bring them into the nation into one day. That's what he said in the scripture. And this is exactly what the almonds is a representing of the Israelite nation. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. You understand what I'm saying? So the menorah itself is a symbol of the tree of life. So we're talking about New Year's. We're talking about the tree of life. And then Aaron was in the Exodus. And the Exodus had to do with an almond rod that budded flowers and actually, like, literally produce almonds in the morning. Like, you just break one off and eat it, Like if you was hungry, you ain't hungry now because you got almonds. You feel me? And it reminds me of almonds contain a very good oil. And I remember the scripture says, don't hurt the wine or the oil, right? The oil or the wine. While the four winds are being held back, right? Before it just go crazy. Boom, 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 boom. Side to side. This, it's going to be crazy, right? So let's get into some of these scriptures. We're going to be reading from Exodus 37. Verse 19. And we're talking about the menorah. Okay, let's start at 17. And he made the candlestick of pure gold, of beaten wood that he of beaten work made he the excuse me that he made the candlestick. His shaft and his branch, his bowls, his knobs, and his flowers were of the same. And 6 branches going out of the sides thereof, 3 branches out of the candlestick, out of the one side thereof, and 3 branches out of the candlestick of the other side thereof, and 3 bowls made after the fashion of almonds in one branch, a knot and a flower. And these 3 bowls made alike almonds in another branch, a knob and a flower. So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like almonds, his knops and flowers. Okay, so and the knop under the 2 branches of the same, and a knop under the 2 branches of the same, and a knot under the 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of it. Their knops and branches were the same, and all of it was one beaten work of pure gold. All right. So we see that almonds, the almond shapes, will play a very significant role in the bowls of the menorah candlestick. Now, the oil actually came from olive oil. Okay, so not that oil, but so it took olives, olive oil and almonds, and it's just amazing that how he uses um, almonds over and over and over and over again. Mm. Mm. Let's see, I seen something earlier. Mm. It couldn't have been this one. We'll turn to Luke 13, 5 to 9. This did not have anything to do with the lesson, but for some reason, mm, okay, here it is. It's verse 28, chapter 13, verse 28. I don't know why they was saying 5 to 9. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near. So ye in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that is nigh, even at the doors. And verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. And heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Okay. So the almond tree shakes off its flowers, right? And the silvery hairs that's on it falls like fading flowers of the almond tree, which means sleeplessness, which sh- shake, which means to watch. A nut is a fruit, okay? Oh, that was the one I should read. Songs of Solomon. Solomon. Okay. All right, listen to this. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. We're going to start at verse 1. And as the lily among the thorns, so is my love among the daughters. As the apple tree among the trees of wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. Stay with me, flagons, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doeth embrace me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. The voice of my beloved, behold, he cometh leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. My beloved is like a roe or a young hart, behold. He standeth behind our wall, he looketh forth at windows, showing himself through the lattice. My beloved spake and said unto me, rise up, my love, my fair one, and come my way. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is gone and is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of the birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. The fig tree putteth forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grape give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. O my dove, that art in the clefts of the rock, in the secret places of the stairs, let me see thy countenance. Let me hear thy voice, for sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is comely. Take us the foxes, little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. My beloved is mine, and I am his. He feedeth among the lilies, until the daybreak and the shadows flee away. Turn, my beloved, and be like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Baal. The winter is past. So they're basically saying that at the end of the season, it's the ending of one season and the beginning of a next season. So a nut is a fruit. The almond trees are white already. Okay, that's what it means. That the harvest, don't say the harvest is not going to come. It's 4 months away and it comes. Because why? He said that he see the fields is white already. You got almonds. You got almonds. You got to get them first fruits. Why you got to get those first fruits? Because they are the first tree to blossom and the last to bear fruit. So they bear fruit in the end, right? So that's why he say the last shall be first and the first shall be last. You understand what I'm saying? And every tree that doesn't grow good fruit will be cut down. Will be cut down. So y'all should expect very big changes on January 31st, 2018. You guys need to repent. You really do. Because just 2 days before that, these calendars are coinciding and taking it back to the Q reports that was released on December 19th. That the code that I crack, see the shine and see is America, show the world our power by acts of violence, the beast system, New World Order, the Antichrist, and Red October. When you look up Red October, it means 10th month red moon. That should let you know we still in the we in the 10th month like we supposed to be, and it's a red moon. That was a secret code. Okay, and so they talking about showing the world their power. Red October, January 31st is Red October. January 31st is Red October. And then January 29th is 111. And also happens to be, if you just want to go on Yahuwah's calendar, it would be the 10th month, the 12th day on January 29th. And the 12 is broken down to 3/4, excuse me. And that's the day that the dragon is supposed to come. It talks about it in Ezekiel chapter 29, starting at verse 1, going down, I think, like to verse 5, something like that. It talks about that the dragon himself is the Pharaoh, the great dragon. It didn't have to say he was red. It just said the great dragon. So when I think about the great dragon, I think about the fire, great burning star that hits the ground. And the crazy thing is that the meteor balls that's going to be hitting the ground, they're big rocks, and inside the rocks are demons. They've been in the space for thousands of years. That has been their punishment, to be in the stars, stuck into a rock. And once they hit the ground, demons are going to come out and they're going to be attacking people. The government is not going to tell you anything like this because they want to control everything. They want to control you. But they will not trick me with their purge 2018. So that's what's going on. And this video is not to offend anybody, but it's to let you know what times that we are in. So it's a possibility that the Great Famine can start. Like as early as the 26th, Jeremiah 39:2 and 2 Kings 25:3. It talks about the famine being started in the 10th month, the 9th day. So biblical history repeats itself. So it's a possibility that it could actually be repeating itself. So times and stuff just repeat itself. Then it's actually going to be 10:10 or 111. 2018 is a 1. Then the 10th day, that's another 1, and the 10th month, that's another 1. 111. You know what I'm saying? January 27th. So a lot with these numbers. And the enemy use these numbers to do their rituals and stuff. So we're literally on the doorstep of where we need to be. Because once the darkness comes, it's going to be darkness for 9 days. 9 days. You need to have candles for 9 days. The demons do not like light. And don't fall for the fake Jesus. The one that's on the cloud by the ground walking around with Donald Trump. Don't listen to that one. He got red, sharp eyes. That is not Yeshua. Yeshua is loving and caring and nurturing. He loves you even when you do wrong. He still loves you. You understand what I'm saying? So things is about to take off. We've had all these big earthquakes. I haven't got a chance to go back on there to check to see what the earthquakes is, how many aftershocks has been ever since about 11:30. I've been kind of out of it all day. You guys got to forgive me. But January 31st is the New Year's of the trees, the almond trees. The fields are white already. Harvest is here. Let's get ready, saints. Let's get ready. Let's get ready and go home. Aren't you ready? I know I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to go to the holy mountain. I want to go to the holy mountain. Take me to the holy mountain, to my Father's throne. Guys, it's going down January 31st, the New Year's of the trees. It is going down, the New Year's of the trees. We've had a great lesson talking about what's going to happen on January 31st. It is going to be a really big deal on January 31st. This blood moon lunar eclipse that everybody's been dreaming about for the past couple years now is really about to show a lot of light on people's visions and dreams. We're actually going to find out whose visions and dreams is really real coming up January 31st. Because if anybody sees locusts in front of the red moon, y'all should be running, because they come out at night. And they ain't no joke. So we talked about how the QAnon report said that we were going to have, they were going to show the world their power and have a red October moment. Red October means 10th month, red moon, okay? So that lets you know that we are in the right calendar that Yahuwah gave me. We're in the 10th month, but sometimes in Bible codes, things can come up under the Gentiles calendar. And so this lady was saying that the Lord told her that the New Year's was the Gentiles' Feast of Trumpets. Okay. And today's lesson was about the almond trees and how this on the 31st is going to be, it's called Tu B'Shavat. Okay. And this day is very important because it's called the New Year's of the trees. And Steve Fletcher almost had it right, but he was talking about wheat, and that's not what we were supposed to be talking on, because we were supposed to stay on the fruit. Wheat is not a fruit. He said first fruits. And so we learned today in the lesson that this particular tree, the almond tree, is the time where like the fields are white already. Like right now the season is ending and a new one is beginning. So what's going to pretty much happen is that this is all falling on the Sabbath. So it's going to be real crazy. You know, it's a war against the Sabbath right now. So well, that's why we really need to keep the Sabbath. But it says they are the first tree to blossom and yet the last to bear fruit. So if the almond tree is the first to blossom and yet the last to bear fruit, and it reminds me of what the Messiah said when he said that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And it's exactly what they say about the almond tree. So, and I like how in Jeremiah 1 and 9 verses 9, chapter 1 verses 9 through 12, it talks about how the Lord had talked to him and he had showed him, he had put words in his mouth, and he says, don't be afraid because of them, for I am with you to deliver you, says Yahuwah. And then Yahuwah put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and Yahuwah said to me, behold, I have put my words in your mouth. Behold, I have this day set you over the nations and over the kingdoms to pluck and to break up and to break down and to destroy and to overthrow and to build and to plant. And moreover, the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, Jeremiah, what do you see? And I said, I see a branch of an almond tree. And then Yahuwah said to me, you have seen well, for I watch over my word to perform it. So you best believe something gonna happen on January 31st. I don't know what's gonna happen, but best believe with this day being Tu B'Shavat, and the man did in the Bible code today, he released it today. This he can't even speak English that well, but he is very, very good. I'm gonna try to link the video below. I'm gonna try to remind myself. But basically, he was in the Bible code. He said that now remember, we're in the Gentiles calendar, so, and we're also in the Hebrew calendar at the same time. So things are all kind of coinciding on the same days, whether we're in their calendar or in our calendar. And he said that Shavat 5778, the Messiah returned, the son of Jesse. What? I was like, yes. I was like, oh, wait. Shavat, To be Shabbat, that's what I was researching on. I was researching on it last week, but I had ended up getting caught up in some other things and I forgot all about it. And until I started thinking about what Renee, the puzzle piece lady, said about the Lord telling her that the Gentiles Feast of Trumpets started on New Year's, and the New Year's in the Bible there are Amen. 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 We going home. We going home. Shoot. We getting up out of here. He gave us clues. He gave us clues. They looking for the wrong thing. Now they want to talk about it's gonna be in July. No, y'all crazy. Okay. They we can't be we cannot be sitting up here worried about the enemy trying to trick us into now thinking and falling away in our minds that we it's gonna be July, we going home. No, the devil is a liar. The Most High said he was coming to get us. Okay, the scripture says that in the 10th month the bride was taken to the king, and my son had 3 dreams yesterday in a row. 3 dreams in a row. Okay. One was a nightmare around lunch, and the other 2 were like regular dreams that he always have. And he told me, he said one of his dreams, he said, "Mommy, I had a great dream." I said, "You had a great dream?" He was like, "Yeah, Mommy." He was like, "We defeated the dragon, and Yahshua and Yahuwah were there, and they gave us gifts, and everybody get to choose 2 gifts, one before we go to the holy mountain and one we get to the holy mountain." So I was like, "Oh, okay, so what did you get?" He was like, "Oh, I chose like some video game stuff or whatever." He was like, "We get to take one thing to the holy mountain." And so then he said everybody was picking their prizes, and he was like, this guy named Dewan, he was like, Dewan, he was like, "Oh, even Dewan gets a prize." And Dewan was like, "I want a wife. I want a wife. Give me give me a bride. I want a virgin." So all the time now we messing with Dewan, and we be like, "Dewan, you gonna get you a bride?" Yeah, he like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get me one." Yeah, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. You say the Messiah coming to get you, I'm gonna be right here, so I can get me one of them virgins they got over there at the Holy Mountain. Man, I was dying laughing. Well, you get whatever you want, right? So, so then my son said that he said that I didn't want a gift. He said that the only thing that I asked for is just to get married, and that I was granted that. And I thought about that, you know, and that's the truth. I don't want any gifts. I don't want any of that, you know. Even though I know that it tells you that the bride is adorned with jewels and decked out, and she bling blinging out, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a custom of the things that's already going to be there. You know, that stuff you can't deny because that's a part of the culture. But I don't need any gifts, you know. All I want is my husband, you know. All I want to be is home at the Holy Mountain, away from all these crazy people out here killing people. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And nobody's teaching this out here, right here, that the almond trees is what's getting ready to happen, and they are the ones that's getting ready. The fruit is, they got fruit on it already. It's the harvest time. That's why he said in scripture that he say, "Don't say the harvest is 4 months away." And we say, "Don't say that the harvest is 4 months away and the harvest come." Well, how can the harvest come if the harvest is 4 months away? Why? Because the almond tree, the almond trees, the fields are white already. The little petals, little silky silver petals, they fall from the almond tree and they fall to the ground. And I was like, I wonder if that represents the great falling away. You know, all these little silver petals falling away from the almond tree. So the almonds were used, the shapes of almonds were used to make the menorah. You know, so almonds are a very big, important thing, okay? Very big, important thing. Plus, your pineal gland is kind of shaped like an almond, you know, stuff like that. And it's just good. We going home, sis. We going home. We're going to be home real soon. And we ain't got to worry about it no more. We ain't got to cry every day and wonder, and look, did the rapture happen and we still here today? Like, you know, you go outside, see, is it people outside today? Oh, it's still here. I ain't miss it, did I? But after my son told me that in the last dream that he had, he said that because I was just talking about a rapture coming on the clouds, because Yahushua said that he's not coming on the clouds for his people. He's coming to get us before then. He said he's not coming on no clouds to get us. Does that even make sense? Somebody floating on clouds? That man got wings. He could fly wherever the hell he want to go. He could walk. You know what I'm saying? He could ride a horse. They say he coming on a horse, not on a cloud. You understand what I'm saying? The person who messes with the air is the prince, the Satan. He's the prince of air. Nobody being on no clouds. My son said that Donald Trump was walking around with a white man, a white Jesus. This is his exact words. He said, "Mommy, when you said that the rapture was fake, you was for real." Because he said the fake Jesus kept saying, "Come with me on the clouds. Let's get raptured." And I was like, see, I told you, we exiting out of here. We great escaping out of here. Do not trust the fake Jesus that come. You gonna know Yahushua from anything. You gonna know him. How you gonna know him? Why? Because he actually had the holes in his wrist. Like my children could see him all the time. Like right now they close their eyes. Like I even asked my 2-year-old daughter one day. I asked her, I said, close your eyes, and I said, look up, close your eyes. And she closed her eyes. I said, look up there, what you see? She say, Hua. Like, Hua? You see Yahuwah? And she's like, yeah, Hua, Hua, Hua. That girl be praising Hua, okay? She only 2 years old. And even my 4-year-old, the same thing with him. And it's just some amazement in some of the things that they can tell you. That's why we should be so interested in our children's dreams, their visions. We should always be asking them questions. You know what I'm saying? And for my son to say that this white Jesus was on a cloud all the way down to the ground. He literally walking with Donald Trump now. Can you imagine Donald Trump walking and another white man next to him with a cloud on the ground? A cloud low to the ground. Telling you to come with me. Let's get raptured. I will be running, okay? And then my son said that he he said his eyes was sharp, like pointy, like really, really pointy. And he said they were red. And he said they just looked not right. He was like, and he said wasn't barely nobody going to him. But he was like, he said that guy is steady coming near me. He was like, no, I don't want to be raptured with you. You're not Yahshua. I know Yahshua. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, because my children actually have the DNA memories of Yahushua. They know exactly what he looked like. We cannot fall for a deception. That's why it is important for us as Israelites, as the children of Yisrael, for us to be doing the things that Jacob did. Because Jacob, Yahuwah said, Jacob is my son. Israel, that's my son. You understand what I'm saying? And you got, did you know that King James was Yahushua? James, I just found that out. And that he's also Archangel Michael. It's a lot of things that we don't understand and how we're coming into these things, because there are 10 heavens. They tell you that there are 3. That is a lie. Man, and change the word and trying to trick the saints to go to the 3rd heaven so they could be eaten by all the demons and stuff. And that's not right. There are 10 heavens. Yahuwah is on the 10th heaven. Okay, that's why he say heaven is going to pass away, but his words are not. But he's actually going to bring his tabernacle here to earth. We're not leaving earth. We're going to a place of safety. These people are teaching that we are going to be going in spaceships. These Hebrew Israelite brothers, they're not teaching the truth. We're not going into no spaceships. I guarantee you that. I've had dreams about these spaceships. I had a rapture dream about a spaceship, and then I just had that one dream that I just had about the spaceships. But and my rapture dream about the spaceships, I had to go to the community center because they were saying that at the community center they had the rapture locations, and you had to go to the community center to get the printout. So you have to travel. I had to travel through a lot of sin. When I say sin, it was so much sin. Like, it was people still playing basketball on a basketball court. It was there was that man, like, literally dangling that money in front of me. Like, you need to get to the community center to get your rapture locations. I got this money, your bus fare, man. I walked all the way to the community center. Ain't nobody gonna trick me. I've been delivered, baby. So when I got to the community center, and you know how you got people in the waiting room, and then you got the person with the desk, like, inside of there, right? So I walk up to the desk, I got my kids behind me. So I was like, I came to get a copy of the rapture locations. And as soon as I said that, the people just looked at me. They was like they had just faces just changed. Like, it was something in them people. I never paid attention to it until just now, like, just thinking about it. And, so I had to go back through the same neighborhood, okay? And I was like, oh, it's a location by where I stay. But I had to go all the way back. And by the time I made it back, I had to go through all this sin. I'm telling you, it was crazy. This is hard out here. He know we ain't perfect. That's the problem. We steady trying to be perfect. And he's the one who's going to take our mortal and put our immortal on. He's going to fix us. He knows where we fall short in. He knows exactly what we need. You know what I'm saying? And it's really messed up that I wish I could enjoy in the moments that my children are having. Like, they could actually see the holy mountain. Like, when they close their eyes, they could see the holy mountain. They could tell you all these things. And at first, okay, I seen a glimpse of a mountain, but didn't get to see it up close. I just seen the outline. But it was just weird because the devil has locked my third eye. So with him locking my third eye, like, literally he's locked it into a box. And the Most High is slowly opening it back up, because if I was to open it, it will be all hell will break loose on this earth right now. I will be able to see everything clearly. When I say see everything, I mean all the way until the 5th, 6th, 7th dimension. You know what I'm saying? You have demons and entities in all these different dimensions. You understand what I'm saying? So being able to have that spiritual sense, Matthew 6:22, having that spiritual eye open back up is, that's how everybody is going to see him anyway when he comes back with the angels, but that's neither here or there. So I'm just waiting for the moment. My son keeps talking about that, I'll be able to see. And once I be able to see, I'll be able to hug. I'll be able to do the things that I want to do, man. Don't get me started, boy. I've been meditating. But I remember that, I don't know if you guys watch Deborah from the Watchman Yahoo's wife, Deborah. She made a video about how the enemy was locking the Most High's children's third eyes, and he'll literally put demons in front of it, and you will be trying to meditate in the places that you used to be able to go to, like acoustic records. You can go to your acoustic records into a library. Like I don't know if you guys ever dreamed about it, but you can go into a library, and when you walk up this gold staircase and you open up the door to the library and you get in there, my only problem is when I get in the library, I start to float. Like who starts floating in a dream? Just so I could never just like keep my feet planted on the ground so I could be able to walk to the table and sit down. I be trying to hold on to the table in my head. I be going up to the ceiling, and the library had a hole in the ceiling, so I kept going all the way up. I was like, man, I ain't gonna never be able to read my book. You know what I'm saying? That book that's on the table for you, because the librarian, she'll come up to you and she'll ask you, and then she'll come and bring your book. You can read your past lives. You could read your future. You know what I'm saying? You're predestined to do certain things. That's why the 144,000 were not found with guilt in their mouths at all. They are redeemed and purchased by the blood of the Lamb and by the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that I'm telling you, these almond trees, this is what they were missing. This is what all the channels, all the Rapture channels were missing, that they kept talking about wheat. But the fields being white already are the almond trees. And the tree of the New Year's is about to happen on the 31st. And you guys can look it up on Google. There was a guy who wrote an article back in 1996. He calculated the years. He said he believes that Yahushua was born on January 31st, and he believed that there was a lunar eclipse somewhere by his birthday, because I guess King Herod died after that or whatever. So he was saying that he believes that it was January 31st, and this man didn't know that it was going to be eclipsed all the way in 2018 on January 31st. So it just makes it a little bit strange to me. And then it actually falls on, and this, what makes it strange is that the day is called the New Year of the Trees. The New Year of the Trees. Hey, Alter, Monique. So I really think that we're getting ready to go. Like, I really think that we're getting ready to get the hell out of here. I think it's time, but some things are going to happen this week leading all the way up until the 31st. And I don't know. After reading the QAnon reports, they're saying that the war is faked, but the death, what is it saying? The weapons and the death is real. So the weapons and the death is real. That's what I mean about false flags. When I be talking about false flags, yeah, people die during false flags. Real people die. But it's a false event to get things in motion, to depopulate, or to get people to do what you want them to do. And that's what they're trying to do to us. They don't want us paying attention to the skies, so they clog them up every day, all day. But if you get up early in the morning, if you go outside and you pay attention and you actually just, start taking pictures, just start taking pictures. We all have to take care of each other out here, because we have to depend on each other together, because there's nobody else here to help us. Yahuwah is the only person that is here for us, him and his son and our mother. You understand what I'm saying? We have a whole family, as above, so below. Don't let nobody trick you out of your crown to believe that there's not a holy mother, or that we don't have a sister. It tells you about it in the Songs of Solomon. It tells you that that his sister was his bride. My sister, my bride. She's his actual sister. Yahuwah's begotten daughter. You understand what I'm saying? So it took two, a male and a female, both wife and both husband and wife. The husband should always be called first. And it's literally about to go down. It's literally about to go down on the 31st. You got any questions for me or anything? Anything about the almond branches that were used to make the menorah? Like, I'm excited, guys. We're getting ready to go to the wedding. I don't want no gifts. I just want my flaming fire, blue eyes. Man, okay? I just want the love of my life. And I was actually crying a couple weeks ago. And I was saying how he has done so much for me that, like, I literally choked up. You know how, like, when you thinking about somebody and you love them so much, and then you start like to choke up and you cry. And it just hit me, and I was like, he did all of this for me. He sacrificed all of this for me. My children say that I begged him every day to come here. He was like, it's your fault, the reason why you got to fight a red dragon, you know, because you wanted to come here. You begged him every day. You wouldn't let him get no sleep. You wouldn't let him go to the bathroom. You just asking him, please send me. I want to see the world. I want to see the world. But I mean, it was all predestined anyway, right? Everything that happens, it happens for a reason. So my kids kind of taught me a little bit, because they feel like we wouldn't have to be here, because see, they have the DNA memories that I don't have, you know, and they say that it's my fault because I wanted to come here. I wanted to see the world. Why would I want to leave Yahushua? Why did I want to come here? Why? Should I take those memories back? Should I find out why did I beg him, wouldn't let him sleep for weeks until he sent me? And I took all of my children and begged them to come with me? That's wrong. That's wrong. I was wrong for that. And it hurts me to see my children are hurt because they want to be at home with their father. They want to be at the holy mountain. They want to be at their home, you know. And for my kids to say that, Mommy, you know, we have a lot of pictures there. You and Yeshua have a lot of pictures on the walls, everywhere, all over the place, everywhere. Wait till you see, Mommy. Wait till you see. You know, and when I read the Songs of Solomon, I read on the Songs of Solomon where it talks about how his sister bride had dreads. And my kids told me that I had dreads before I left the Holy Mountain. Do you know, my whole life I did not like dreads. And now all of a sudden I got dreads. And I'm going back to the Holy Mountain with dreads. And my son told me that Yahushua told him that he likes the new Mary better. And because I don't eat meat, the old Mary ate meat. And he says we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I ain't never lived in a mansion before. And I ain't never had no service because I've been poor my whole life. And at one point or another, I signed a 100-store contract at 400 stores at $400 a month. 100 stores. I used to have some good money, and I used to help a lot of people out. I used to take in people off the street. My sister, I took care of my family's nieces and nephews, my brothers and sisters. I took care of everybody. And I'm struggling. I don't even know how I'm going to pay my room. At least I got food stamps. I mean, well, food. I ain't got no more food stamps, but I got some food. The systems is down. You know, at least I got something to show for it. But somebody ran off with 50 of my dollars at the grocery store. Like, how do you take from a woman and children? Like, I don't understand how somebody can do it. But then again, they wicked out here. And so that really set me back. And so I couldn't get a week at the room like I needed to. So I've been having to pay every day. That $50 would have really put me where I needed to be on my weekly. So now I'm back to paying daily, not even on weekly anymore. So things are that much more harder. And the weather is cold and it's just so much. I would never go to a shelter or whatever, you know. Hell no, they not gonna purge me. Not me. No deal. But we're going home. The fields are white already. We're going home. The rapture's getting ready to happen. The real rapture, the escape, the getaway, not the fake false rapture with the false white Jesus. Yahshua is the same. He's not going to keep changing himself to different people. You understand what I'm saying? So there was a terror attack in Afghanistan. So thank you for tuning into my channel. I got another live video coming up in a few moments. I'm going to do a couple videos in between. Look like we got some activity going on. See what these earthquakes and stuff is like. And then I'm going to come back to you. Also, if you guys watch and like this video, if you guys please could thumbs up me. And if you can also... if you find it in your heart to bless my family, my PayPal information is below. If you guys could please give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Don't be thumbsing me down. Thumbs me up. But when you thumbs down, that lets you know that you on the Lord's side, boy. Cause they don't agree with the truth. People, they want fabrication. It don't show it. You thumbs it up? I don't see it. At the top of the screen, you thumbs it up? It don't show me. Oh, there it go. I see one. I don't know. I had like 3 or 4 or 5 thumbs up and like 15 downs. I was like, yeah, you know you telling the truth when you getting all them downs. But yeah, we going home, guys. We going home. They just had a terrorist attack in Afghanistan. I just seen on a thing. And it's 4:20 a.m. I think some things is getting ready to pop off. And even like going back to my calendar. Even going back to the calendar and everything, We got a lot of stuff getting ready to come up. The famine started on the ninth day. So I'm looking for the famine to start coming up here soon. This week. We're literally in the pale horse. We're in the pale horse right now. So literally today is the 24th, so we're in the 7th day right now. Today will be 7/11. And this is why it would be 7/11 today, because we're in the 10th month of TEVET, and the 7th day is 2018. There go another one. It's 7/11. However you want to break it down or whatever. And also on the 26th, no, excuse me, on the 25th, this lady had a dream. In her dream, she seen 125 in her dream. And so she actually could possibly the 8th day of TEVET could be something, a possibility, from listening to her dream. But it's strong about this Ezekiel 29, man. I'm really, this day is the 12th day, the 10th month, 12th day. You break down the 12 into 3 fours. The 444 is 666. Okay. Then if you look at, it's in the month of January, that's 1, right? And then it's the 29th day, right? And the 2 and the 9 is 11. 1/11, right? 111. Everybody's been seeing 111. So on the same day, it's 444 and 111. That lets you know it's something big about this day on the 29th. I don't think nobody should go to work on the 29th. It's a Monday. Is it right? Sunday, Monday. It's a Monday because Wednesday is a Sabbath. Wednesday going into Thursday night. I still need to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nights at the hotel. Yep. Because it's about to go down. This ain't about to be no joke. Too many people dreaming about this blood lunar eclipse. And if you go back to like all of my old videos, like I got over 400 some videos. Now, one thing about my channel, you're going to know about my channel, I'm not false. And what I do is, you know how some people change the titles to their videos? I don't do that. So say like, I thought something was going to happen a certain day or whatever. I would never go back and change the date, how people go and change the title. And you'd be like, well, how did they have that title all those months ago? Okay, they would have updated the title. I don't do that. As I growed, I made a new video. You understand? I growed. You know what I'm saying? So with the new knowledge that I gained, I changed in my ways. You know what I'm saying? So this lady was saying something about, it was false because I said 426. I thought, 426. I thought the Lord was coming on 426, but actually that was the new year. He was giving me his start of his new year, the 26th. It started April 26th. It's going to end on April 13th or the 14th or the 15th. The year will never go over 355 days. 353 to 355 days a year is it. So the year is always going to be 355. And there's no way that I should be having a bad connection. But anyways, so the year is not 365 days. Somebody has literally went in and defiled the book of Enoch. Some stuff you can trust in there and some stuff you can't. That's why it's good to have a personal relationship with Yahuwah, and you can ask him a question and he gonna tell you an answer right then. You ain't got to have no waiting party, no thinking party, no nothing, because he's going to automatically know It looks like they kicking people off this morning. About this guy, very bad connection. So make sure you guys please share this video. Share it on Facebook. Share it. Let people see this video. All people need to repent. No matter what your race is, you need to repent. And it's 4:26 a.m. right now. That's crazy. It's 4:26 a.m. and we were just talking about 4:26. And you actually flip that around. 624 is Mary Magdalene's number. And also 119. So that 911. So I'm excited. And I just wanted you guys to know that we're getting ready to go home. We're getting ready to go home. We're getting ready to go home. Don't let the enemy trick you out of your crown. Stay prayed up and please pray for me. I'm being attacked heavily by marine spirits. So if you could please pray for me and just know that the Messiah and the Father is in me and that I do love them very much. And I profess my love to the whole world. And I don't care who hears me or say something about it. And if somebody want to get about it over it, you know what I'm saying? I got some fire I could send your way. The Most High didn't bless me for nothing. I love my Father. I am his daughter. I am a warrior bride for his son. I'm not like any ordinary bride. My wedding day is going to be beautiful, but it's going to be gruesome to get to the wedding. And then once it's over, the dragon's defeated, and we had killed all of his minions that come with them, all minions. Even the so-called DT who's going to be riding on the dragon's back. Yeah, I know what's up. That's how you got fast to my door, DT. You ride on the dragon's back. Oh, you call yourself Camelot. you riding on dragons? Well, I slay dragons. I slay them. And I'm ready to slay. 144,000 elect. I pray for you. All the extra 143,000 of you that's out there, I pray for you. I pray that the Most High keeps you safe. And I pray that the Most High keeps all the other nations safe too that are up under him. If they're up under him, I pray for them. But if they ain't up under them, I'm sorry. I'm not praying for nobody evil. They ain't trick people in the Bible, and they ain't put that in the Bible that you got to pray for your enemies. And Yahushua and Yahuwah say that is not true, because that's saying good for evil. That's saying evil for good and good for evil. So basically, you'll pray and bless your enemies, but your neighbor over there need a cup of sugar, some groceries, might need a bill or two paid, and you don't even help them. But yet you will praise and pray for the wicked. I don't understand that. That's some backwards thinking. So if you guys find it in your heart to donate to my channel, even if it's $2, $1 a person, actually, if 60 people a day donated, I would have my room paid. Literally. And I also I'm going to be taking 10% of my donations and donating it to the lady I did a video about earlier about the skin, flesh eating bacteria. I guess she's trying to raise $10,000. And so I'm willing to send 10% of my earnings from the next 2 months as a contribution, my tithes and offering, as me sharing in the blessings to other people. All right. So if you find it in your heart, the PayPal information is below. PayPal.me/. Yahuwah saves. And the information is in the description box, and my email is also there too. Thank you and shalom, and I will be back for another live video in about 30 minutes.